What's going on to you Leos out there? Hope y'all are having a great day. Smash the like button. That way you can get more into the energy of the reading. Let me see what else. Also to smash the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever it is that I drop my videos. Shout outs to everybody that let me know that they actually subscribed and they hit the notification bell. Really appreciate it, by the way. There's a link in the comment section below called a Linktree link. Click on it. It will redirect you to a website which has all the ways to be able to financially support the channel, so I can most definitely keep the channel going. You know, I got to get my particulars out of the way before we get into the video, and I usually create hearty videos anyway. All right, so for you Leos, thank you. You Leos have the Ten of Swords, the Five of Cups, and you Leos have the Four of Pentacles. These three cards right here. So this speaks to how pretty much, okay, let's get into it. Let's get into it, right? These three cards right here speaks to how it is that you Leos pretty much turned your circumstances around. You came from these two cards right here, where it was like, it just seemed like you Leos are trying to figure out what exactly is it about you that it seems like love is so difficult for you. I know Venus is a good combination with Leo. I have Venus in Leo. I have Jupiter in Leo, right? But I know Venus, the planet of love, can be a good combination. But to be quite honest with you, it is a good combination. But it can also be the placement for narcissism. The reason why it is I can say something like that, right, is because of the fact that if a person is not careful from the disrespect that they've experienced in their life, a person can end up becoming quite cold and shallow towards other people, right, and not know how to empathize with them. So the Ten of Swords and the Five of Cups represents the heartbreak that you Leos have experienced in love, how it is that love has not necessarily been so easy peasy for you, even though, technically on paper, Venus and Leo is actually supposed to be a very good placement. In actual application of it, it's very difficult. It's a very difficult placement because, once again, when it comes to matters of the heart, like family, a lot of the times you Leos deal with a lack of attention, a lack of parental attention, a lack of parental guidance. So, I don't know if y'all knew that, but Leos, y'all naturally, that just comes with the zodiac sign. A lot of Leos lack parental guidance. So a lot of the times, this is what part and parcel sparks off that Leo, that Leo grandeur persona. It's because of the fact that, a lot of you Leos have been abandoned even at a very young age a lot of the times. Obviously not all the time, but a lot of the times. So the thing with Leo is you're one or two situations. Y'all are either abandoned emotionally, or the person is giving you, people are giving you so much attention, they're playing into your ego, which inflates your value is what I'm trying to say. So you're dealing with one of those two situations, or a combination of the two, where your family members can ignore you, but your friends, right, inflate your ego, or vice versa. So why it is I'm saying that in the first place is because the pride comes before the fall. That false pride, Leo, that false pride comes before the fall. And what I mean when I say false pride, I'm talking about from the perspective of like you Leos being in a situation where people that you are trying to get to know, looking at you like you're an easy lick. You're a person that all it is that they need to do is tell them that you're so important, and you Leos would be like, oh, it's a beautiful thing. Finally someone understands your value or whatnot. And they tell you all this just so that they could get close to you, so that they could play you. And then now you have to pick up the pieces. This is exactly what it is I'm talking about with you Leos. The experiences that you've had in your life, specifically, yes, romantically and social wise, right? Family and, friends and romance, friends and romance. How it seems like you up one day and then the person just, now all of a sudden they switch. And then you Leos don't know what exactly happened, how this person switched, why they switched. You didn't even necessarily see it coming, because this person, because you'll have people around you that will make it seem like they're so interested in you. You know, you Leos know what it feels like when you're talking to somebody and the two of you seem to be going well. And next thing you know, you thinking to yourself, you finna have a significant other, because this person is A-okay with everything up until the point. And then out of nowhere, they start to switch up. And then the next thing you know, they start giving you a hard time. You Leos don't know what exactly is going on. And now you Leos are like, wait, what's up? What exactly is going on? Well, you made the transition into the Four of Pentacles. You Leos went through all of this heartbreak and dysfunction with other people and your own self-confidence and all this other type of stuff. Because Leo and Virgo is self-confidence issues. It starts in Leo, but then it goes into Virgo. It's self-confidence issues, right? And it really doesn't become, the self-confidence issues really doesn't become solved up until you reach Aquarius. Really. If we're really gonna take it there, it doesn't really become resolved up until you reach Aquarius. Because Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, those four zodiac signs have, those zodiac signs have real, y'all have confidence issues, right? Me as a Virgo, I'm speaking for it, you know what I mean? Real confidence issues, because of the fact that you Leos, y'all deal with, who cares about you, who actually has your back long term. It seems like everybody is just switching up on you. Like I said, parental issues, right? You're not given the tender loving care, the guidance that you Leos are supposed to have gotten when you were a kid. It just seems like you were born, and then the next thing you know, you got to fend for yourself. By the way, that is a fire sign trait, by the way. That is a fire sign trait, by the way. Fire signs, that's one of the things that fire signs have to deal with in general, is abandonment. It's the idea of people bringing you into this world, and then, they could leave you right then and there, and then they're giving you half love, or they reach up until you a certain age, and then they give you half love. But the Four of Pentacles now is about how you've survived all of that. That's the great part about it. You Leos have actually done pretty well for yourself, considering the fact that how you could have turned out, and where other people were banking on you turn out, and where you should have turned out. So now the Four of Pentacles is about how you Leos are actually turning out pretty well. You Leos who have the ability to make your mind and your heart agree with one another, you Leos actually have put yourself in a very good position, because y'all have turned out quite well. Yes, obviously there's some things that you can complain about, but generally y'all are quite well. The reason why I'm saying that is because of the Four of Pentacles. This is you taking care of yourself. You've had to learn to take care of yourself, especially at a young age, because you Leos understood at a very young age that just because your parents are supposed to love you, and your friends are supposed to love you, especially if they're going to call themselves your friends, right? They're supposed to love you. Just because these people are supposed to love you, Leos, does not necessarily mean that they actually do. So the thing is that the King of Cups is about, you're very much so aware of social settings. A lot of you Leos can be very much so the Casanova, right? The Don Juan, the person who understands how to be a socialite, a person who understands how to socialize and understand what's going on, right? Uses their discernment, but also understands that a lot of people can be fake, and a lot of people can be fickle, fake, sometimey, and you Leos know this. So what does this have to do with everything? What does this have to do with anything? Well, the Tower and the Ten of Wands. This, you have, because of this, because you Leos have developed this skill, right? This ability to understand that a lot of people do not have your back, and that it's within your own best interest to actually put value into people, or put value where people actually put value with you and they actually care about you. It's made you Leos quite sociable. You're able to actually understand now more than ever, and increasingly so within the next couple of years, that the people that you are socializing with, a lot of them don't necessarily have your best interest in mind. So what I'm saying is, it's making you a better detective when it comes to a person's character. You're being able to sniff out a person's character a lot easier due to the fact that you're able to know when someone is lying to you by catching them in the lies, right? Being able to see when a person is being 100 with you, and when they're not, Tower, then it's time for you to actually let them go. It's time for you to stop socializing with them in the first place, because you Leos can see, like, okay, they're not really consistent with a lot of the things that they're saying. Who they acting like they are, or who they say that they are, does not match what they're actually doing. So now the Ten of Wands represents another skill that you have developed, is the ability to actually walk away. That's one thing a lot of people have a problem doing. This is why they get so heartbroken. This is why they get so distraught. It's because people do not have the ability to walk away as tuned in as they think that they do. A lot of people want to play games, and I'm not saying that you Leos have been. I'm saying that a lot of y'all want to play games. A lot of, not y'all, but a lot of people in a general sense, I'm not talking about you Leos per se, a lot of people want to play games, but they don't necessarily know how to actually walk away. So it's like you got all these tools, right, without necessarily knowing how to use the tools in the tool shed. So what you finna do with those tools? You finna have a difficult time with them, because you got a lot of people out here trying to run game, but then they don't know how to actually cut their losses and let things go. They want to, because they got outsmarted by someone who's more underhanded or clever than them, right? They want to now get the get back. They want to now get back at the person. They're going to get them back. And they don't seem to understand that in this type of scenario, they should really just leave the situation. So a lot of you Leos have learned that, you know, it's not always about trying to get back at somebody. It's about when you see a person showing you some real serious problems, it's really more so about knowing when to get out in time. That's one of your biggest tools, is the ability for you Leos to know when things are starting off crazy, it's time for you to leave before it gets crazier, right? I was just in a situation with somebody myself. You know, I thought, you know, I was trying to get to know this person. We weren't really friends, but trying to get to know this person. And I say that we wasn't friends because it ain't last long enough to, right? To say that we, for like years and stuff like this. And like I was making a joke and the person went off. So I'm over here just kind of looking at it. And I waited to see what it is that the person would say. Because I was like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and let this one slide, right? Just to kind of see. So then I did it. So then what happened is, I want to say about 2 weeks after that, right? Recently, very recent. I'm talking about last week, right? Last week. No, this week, actually. Monday, excuse me. Yeah, Monday. Actually went ahead, made another joke The person goes off on me again. I go, yeah, we can't be cool. We can't be friends because you spazzing out, you really going off. You taking it too far. You know, I don't know if this is your version of a joke or this is your sense of humor, but your sense of humor is lame because, you're terrible at humor. There's no real humorous side to it. You just think that, you using the jokes as an excuse to start taking off on somebody, and then the person is so psychotic. The person starts going off talking about how it is that, oh, I can dish it, but I can't take it. And I'm sitting over here like, you making this, I'm like, first of all, you making it seem like in my videos, I'm bashing people. First and foremost, people who take my videos seriously and listen to it, they tell me all the time in the comment sections or even off camera how much it is that they appreciate what it is that I'm doing. Because, and a lot of this stuff is the same people that you would swear that I'm bashing. And then not only that too, but goes to show you how crazy the individual is and off their rocker the individual is. The mere fact that I'm over here trying to show you how to come up for nothing, and because I want you to come up, and you spazzing. But then I'm doing something to, like, you can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't talk to somebody who has that type of functionally insane mentality, because that's a functional insane person. That person may have a job and all of that, but that person obviously suffers from a detachment from reality from time to time. You know what I mean? So why I'm saying all that is because of the Six of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. This is the type of the stuff that you have to deal with. You Leos are great people, but at the same time, this is the type of stuff that you have to deal with. You Leos, you didn't know what it is that you was looking at, that you Leos have to deal with people sometimes that are detached from reality, that will run game on you and try to make it seem like they're jealous of you and they're upset with you and all of this other type of nonsense, and they're mad at you, and you know what I mean? They're getting back at you for something that you never did. You Leos got to get to a point with yourself where, and you Leos are heading to it, but you Leos got to get to a point where you Leos understand that it's not even a matter of jealousy. It's a matter of these people are dysfunctional. You dig? So not everybody who you interact with is a healthy, well-rounded, well-adjusted person, or even trying to be that, where that's a goal. They want to be healthy. It's not even about that sometimes. Sometimes you Leos got to understand that you have people around you that's dysfunctional no matter what. So here you are coming in doing what it is that you're doing, and they're gonna show their dysfunctionality, like with the person. I had no idea what that person was talking about. Get back at me for what? Oh, you could dish it, but you can't take it. I don't know what it is that I honestly don't know what the person was referring to. I didn't even bash the person in any shape, form, or fashion. Too far gone. That's a person, you know what I mean? I can't. But I'm saying all that to say, again, that this is the kind of skill that you Leos have created. It was clever of me, and it was wise of me, even greater than clever. It was clever but wise of me to get out in time before the person starts to get worse. This is the same type of skill that you Leos have gotten. You realize that not everybody out here has your best interest in mind. So the Six of Swords is people are going to give you a hard time to not have you see the value that you are supposed to see within yourself. That's what the Ace of Pentacles represents. So the Empress and the Wheel of Fortune now represents, this is the thing that when it comes to dating, and any scenario, dating, relationships, business, family members, this is the thing that people don't want you Leos to understand, is your value. Is you understanding that it don't matter what the person is trying to offer, It's not worth your peace of mind, your sanity. It's not worth those things, because those things are ultimately priceless. And the thing is that the Empress is you. It represents how you are the one that controls your own destiny, right? The Wheel of Fortune. You do not have to socialize yourself with anyone if you think that someone is going to be dysfunctional to you. So let's clarify the Wheel of Fortune here. Four of Pentacles, Five of Swords, Six of Swords, Six of Wands, and the Ten of Wands. Yeah. So to clarify the Wheel of Fortune, Four of Pentacles and the Five of Swords is about you need to carry this type of new profound mentality with you. This is how you get out. This is how you have people stop playing games with you. This is how your ability to approach gets developed. A lot of times people will ask me, well, how is it that I'm not scared to approach people? It's because I have that mentality that I was just discussing in the Leo reading. I have this mentality. For me, the way that I look at it, I'm in reality in that sense. I'm down to earth with it. I'm not going to sit up here and immediately assume that just because I approach somebody, that person is the person who I'm supposed to be with. I got to get to know this person. There's a whole time period that I'm cutting out before relationship. I got to get to know the person, name, their zodiac sign, what they like to do. I got to chill with these people, right? See what type. I got to see how they are in their own environment. I got to see what's going on with them. I got to see if there's any kind of real issues popping up. You know what I mean? And then if I see that there's a real issue popping up, then I leave them alone. But I need to examine them a little bit, though. You know? A lot of times people will expect me, and different strokes for different folks, meaning that there's a lot of different problems that could pop up. It could be a person that doesn't want to be wrong, right? A person who doesn't want to, a person who's controlling, a person who doesn't want to treat you to the value that you are, right? Someone that calls you things that you are not about. So they create all these accusations, all of those different scenarios, right? About how, you Leos could be a player and all this other type of stuff. So you really have to sit back and watch and have this mentality and really keep it with you. This is how you get out of the game. This is how you make it out of the game. This is how you win the game. The Six of Swords and the Six of Wands represents once you have that mentality, if a person is not your Mr. or Mrs. Right, regardless of whatever you into, who you are, now it becomes very much so apparent that they're not your Mr. or Mrs. Right, because they're not going to be. The reason why that they're not going to be is because you have this mentality, right? Because you have this mentality, you have the ability to see what's going on, be patient, see what's going on. You can smell when something is about to happen, so you bounce in. It makes the differences between you and them much more clear. The Ten of Wands is about now how it also opens the door to have people come to you, brand new people. So a lot of you Leos right now are like trying to synthesize a code of conduct, how you socialize. A lot of you Leos are trying to understand how you should socialize. And what I'm telling you in this reading is you Leos, you're already doing it. It's just that you Leos may need a little bit of vocabulary to go along with your thoughts because you may not physically verbalize it. You Leos are actually on the right track. You socialize by getting to know people, knowing your strengths and love, knowing that love comes a little bit more difficult for you because you have people who act like they're cool with you, then they'll switch up. So because of this means that you Leos need to be extra attentive. I used to say attentive, but attentive, excuse me. You have to pay attention a lot more. You have to be a detective without being needy. You understand what I'm saying? And how you go about doing that is asking them questions, finding out what they are about, but especially allowing them to be themselves, allowing them to be comfortable, right? If you going, see, this is what I'm trying to say. If you trying to be the alpha of alphas, a person is always going to be on their best behavior because they know that you're on high alert. They know that you're ready to take it there. But when a person gets comfortable and they start to show you they true colors, how they start wilding, that is the advantage of it. You know, the 48 laws of power is about learning how to be a snake, not learning how to be a lion all the time. Sometimes you could see a lion coming, but a snake is much more harder to see. So think about it.